Hey y'all, good morning. Of course I have to adjust. Sorry about that. So I am rushing. I slept way too late this morning and I need to just quickly look presentable or de-scary as I call it and head out the door to work. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for me to show you guys how I do a slapdash, super quick yet polished and presentable face with Savvy Minerals. So here we go. Typically what I normally do when I'm trying to just quickly put myself together is I focus on getting my skin perfected, obviously, because rosacea, although it's looking pretty good this morning. And then I do a little bit on my upper lash line of my eyes, not a whole lot of shadow or anything. And then I give myself a nice bright lip, which brightens up my whole face. If I feel like I need it, I might throw on a little bit of blush, and that's really about it. So let's just dive right on in. As usual, I always start with my eyes. Now you can choose whatever your favorite eyeshadow shade is. I've already primed my eyes super quickly. I'm testing out the, where'd it go? Testing out the hydrating, the mattifying primer as eyeshadow primer again. I'm trying it a couple different ways. You know, applying it how I normally do and setting it with shadow and then putting on my shadows, applying it, you know, wet and going right in with the shadows, applying it and then waiting a little bit, you know, just to see if I get different or better results one way or the other. So I'm just lightly tapping and quickly tapping and messily tapping, if I'm honest, a little bit of Wanderlust on the moving part of my lid, just to add a little bit of brightness there. Good morning, Mindy, my bright and early people. Just to add a little bit of brightness there because I do have hooded eyes. I like to try to make my eyes look as big and open as I can. And I should have used a brush, but I was trying to be quick and use my finger. Because since I started using Savvy Minerals, I definitely have been using my fingers more. I'm not quite as precious as I used to be about that. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and, what do I want to do? I'm going to do my liner. And so I have an angled brush. Now you can do this however you prefer to do liner. The way that works quickest and best for me is to wet a little bit of Jet Setter in the lid and swirl my brush around up in there. And then I do my liner trick where I come from underneath and get it right in at the roots of the lashes. I'm not going in the fleshy part inside my eye because that burns, so don't do that. But just coming right from underneath because I have hooded eyes. It reduces the amount of space that it takes up on the moving part of my lid. So again, my eyes look bigger. And then I'm just gonna build it out just ever so slightly on that outer half. I'm not making a wing, I'm just kind of angling it a little bit, like sort of a wedge shape there. And then smoothing the inner corner there. That's it. So I'm gonna do the other eye. Starting from underneath. I'm so happy it's Friday. Even if it is Friday the 13th. I'm not superstitious, so I say that and then watch all kinds of horrible things happen today. But I believe in Jesus and He is in charge of my destiny, not the calendar. So I've actually got a fun afternoon planned. I'm going to, after work, I'm going to visit my great aunt, my only living blood relative that's in that generation. And we're gonna visit and talk about some family history stuff that I discovered. We have kind of an interesting family history story on her, and mysterious family history story on her dad's side. So I'm gonna go share what I learned. And then after that, I'm gonna hopefully hang out with one of my dear friends and we always have a sweet time, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so that's really all I plan to do on the eyes. Now, if you have a different eye shape than me and you want to use a different shadow, you could do just kind of a one shadow look with your finger. Just swipe it over the top and then buff it up if you have nice contoured eyes, you know, bone structure in your eyes, and then just kind of blend it up and out, up into your crease, and, you know, put on your liner, put on your mascara, and you're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes real quick. Sorry, I have to like make sure I'm getting all of these because this side's been being really weird lately. I think it's because my eyes are getting old and I can't, like, my depth perception isn't what it used to be, y'all. So, and then I'm just gonna put on a couple coats of mascara. Now, I put 5-minute face in the description, depending on who you are and whether or not you're doing a video. You know, this could take 5 minutes, it could take 7 minutes. You know, the idea is that it's a super quick way to get yourself polished and presentable and out the door really fast. So, not my most favorite or preferred makeup look by any means. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. I like all the things on my face. But when you're in a pinch, this gets the job done. So, okay, so that's really all I'm doing on my eyes. That's it. I'm going to clean up just in case there's any fallout from whatever. And then I'm going to do my under eye really quickly. See, for this, we're not going for like maximum coverage. We're not going for contouring. We're not going for, you know, a really extravagant eye look. We're going for the basics. I've got to look people in the face, and I want to feel, you know, comfortable in doing that kind of look. For those ladies that like walk around with no makeup on at all ever, you are the real MVP, because I can't do it. I can't do it. I have a hard time even going to the grocery store at the butt crack of dawn with no makeup on my face. So now for those of us who need full coverage, okay, the key to getting it done fast is having a good hydrating base. I can't say that enough. And apparently people don't listen because I still get questions about that on the page. So the key to building coverage and building it quickly and easily is a good hydrating base. Now, for that, I like to use my DIY Glow Primer, my version of the Christian Axness's DIY Glow Primer. I need to make some more this weekend. What I also like to do, because it's summer, is I like to combine it with a little bit of my ArtLight moisturizer. I find this moisturizer to be a bit mattifying. So by incorporating that into this DIY mixture, it's not as dewy or as emollient. So it holds up better in these hot summer months for me in doing that. It doesn't, you know, wind up with me looking like I'm a grease ball by the end of the day. So I like that. And then I go right in. I've gotten a lot of questions about priming and do you wait a few minutes to put foundation on? Why? Why would you? Like, I don't know where that, like, I don't know where that suggestion came from to like prime your face and then wait. I don't know if there's like a certain product that, you know, has that as a direction, but anybody got time to sit there and wait for their primer to soak in? Good Lord. I know I don't. You see that? You see how quickly that builds when you have a good hydrating base and you don't, you know, the key to this foundation really is a good hydrating base, and you don't want, and you want to go in right immediately, especially if you need coverage, because you see how quickly it builds that coverage. I mean, this foundation needs moisture. It needs it. You can't just do it like Bare Minerals and just, you know, dip your brush in and swirl it on your face dry. You just can't. It's going to look like nothing on your face. But when you give it a good hydrating base and a couple spritzes of that misting spray, when I'm doing the DIY Glow Primer, I really only spray my brush like every other time I dip in. But when you give this foundation the hydrating base that it needs, look at that. The coverage builds quickly and beautifully, and it lasts all day, and it's just incredible. And it doesn't mess with your hormones, and it doesn't irritate your skin or clog your pores or any of those not nice things. So, okay, I'm just being fussy now. I'm gonna stop. All right, so that's my skin, y'all. That's it. That's it. Okay, so the last couple things that I like to do is, what am I doing? Blush. Sometimes you can put on, actually, let's do this. So I'm going to put on my lip first, because sometimes, depending on the lip, you just choose your favorite lip. That's all. Depending on the color, if you have a color that's just like amazing on you, a nice, like the brightest one that you're comfortable with, it just has a way of, sorry, I'm fiddling here. It just has a way of brightening up your face, and it almost like takes the place of blush. Like you don't really need blush, but you know, I'm going to put on blush, right? So, another like time-saving trick for those of us who like a little bit of bling bling on that cheekbone, use one of the shimmery blushes and go up higher on your face, like closer to your eye as opposed to down here on the apple. Go just a little bit higher up on that apple and work it along just under that cheekbone. And then you get double duty, blush and highlight. And if you have a lot of pores, like big exposed pores, and you don't like the shimmer, you can mix in the shimmery blush with a little bit of your foundation, and it'll tone that shimmer right on down. Or you could do it as a cream blush with the lavender lip balm, and that also tones the shimmer down. Okay, so that's it, y'all. That's all I'm doing. Now, you can, if you have a few more minutes, you can, you know, go back in and put some diamond dust on those lashes, girl, and get yourself a little bit more length. The diamond dust acts as fibers, except they don't flake off like other fiber mascaras do. And because I can't wear those like fiber mascaras because they flake off and get in my contacts, and then my eyes water all day. And then I have little black specks here. If you also, like, if bronzer is super important to you, you can take a second and just go floop, 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 right along the perimeter of the face. You know, if your brows are super important to you, you know, normally I would just put some brow gel through them, or just brush them through if you have nice colored eyes. But if brows are important to you, you can take a little bit of brow powder or the multitasker and just kind of fill in some of those sparse areas. You're still going to be under 10 minutes max doing these little steps here. And you can get out the door super quick. So, and then of course we can't forget the spritz of the misting spray for no other reason than it smells really nice. So there you go. That is my I'm running late face. And I think it came out pretty good. I mean, I think for like an everyday kind of look for people who aren't like extra like me, like this is probably like the perfect kind of face. Like I said, you can vary up how you do your eyes. You can, you know, do a little bit more with a colored shadow. I can't put anything, you know, like really darker than this on the moving part of my lid because that just closes my eyes in. So, so for hooded eyes, the lighter shade there helps to open my eyes up. But if you have a different eye shape, you could take like, I don't know, where's the palette? You could take like this color or this color or this color, any of these really, and, you know, work it on that lid and buff it out into the crease. And have yourself a one shadow eye look, and it would look gorgeous. So yeah, so that's all I have. You know, 5 to 7 minutes, I would say, and you are out of the door with this, especially if you're not filming a video and explaining things and talking to people. So, so anyway, there you go. I hope that you found that helpful, and I hope that y'all have an amazing Friday. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up on your way out and consider subscribing. That would make me really happy. I'm going to be doing all kinds of other content on the YouTube channel. So like, I'm going to start talking about how I'm using Young Living products for weight loss, because I've been doing really, really well. And knock on wood. And I'm going to be doing my ER unboxings. I'm going to be doing some other, you know, talking about how I incorporate and use Young Living products in my day-to-day life, and like what my favorite things are and stuff like that, that I'm only going to be sharing on YouTube. So if you're interested in hearing about those kind of things, you definitely want to go over and subscribe. I'm also doing a face-to-face time giveaway. I'm going to announce the winner on July 20th, so you only have a few more days to enter. To be entered in the contest, you have to be following me on Instagram and subscribe to me on YouTube. And I'm going to pick one person from my YouTube subscription list and one person from my followers on Instagram, and then I'm going to have a 20-minute face-to-face time encounter with them, and we can talk about whatever you want. We can have a Q&A session. You can show me how you put on your makeup, and I can help you troubleshoot things. You know, you'll have me my undivided attention for 20 minutes, and we'll get to know each other a little bit, and that'll be a whole lot of fun. So so make sure that you're following me on Instagram and subscribe to me on YouTube if you want to be a part of that. And yeah, I'm going to stop babbling, rush out the door, and y'all have an awesome weekend, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.